Ginsan or VG-10? Which stainless steel is best for your next kitchen knife? Wait, Brad here from Sakai Ichimonji Mitsuhide. Which stainless steel is better? Ginsan, otherwise known as Silver 3, or VG-10? As a knife maker in Osaka, we get asked this question a lot. They're both stainless steels, they both cut well, and they're both really popular. So which one is better? That's what this video is all about. Of course, there's a really simple answer to this, and this answer applies to almost everything in Japanese culinary tech. It depends on what you're looking for, but we want to dive deeper than that. Looking at the steels purely from their composition, VG-10 can be regarded as a better steel, but depending on the artisans involved and their skill, Ginsan can sometimes be better too. So it's not as simple as just looking at this from a data point of view. So let's dive a little bit deeper. Before anything else, let's mention stainless steel quickly, as both of these steels are classified as stainless steels. There's many kinds of stainless steel, but they're all used because they're resistant to rust. That's the key part of them, that's why people buy them. First up the rank, we have VG-10 steel, otherwise known as VG-10 or VG-10. This is made by Takafu Special Steel in Fukui Prefecture, and it was invented over 60 years ago. It's almost as old as we are as a business. It offers long-lasting sharpness, it's hard, and amongst those harder steels we see in Japanese kitchen knives, it still resists rust really well. Compared to the older VG-1 stainless steel, despite having more impurities with the addition of cobalt, it's actually easier to sharpen compared to materials like VG-1. A knife that's well made with VG-10 steel is really well balanced and it feels good to use. Silver Steel 3 or Ginsan, on the other hand, is predominantly used in wabocho or Japanese-style kitchen knives like yanagiba knives. It comes from material formerly called Hitachi metals, and it's predominantly made in Shimane Prefecture. And what's so interesting about this steel is how it sharpens. Now, stainless steel is normally more difficult to sharpen than non-stainless high-carbon steels, such as your white steels and blue steels, often seen in Sakai-based knife stores like us. Ginsan, though, is actually still relatively easy to sharpen, has a tendency to sharpen quite well, provided you sharpen it on whetstones. Whetstones are very important, you must always use whetstones, keep that in mind. Also keep in mind, and this is very important, steel alone does not determine a knife. The performance changes drastically depending on how it's made, and certain steels rely on certain processes to be done well. Ginsan, much like any other steel, needs a good heat treatment, but it's actually the tanzo or forging step itself, which involves hammering, that impacts the performance of the knife using that steel most. This is just a general tendency, there's always going to be outliers and exceptions, but it's good to be aware of this. Apart from what we've talked about though, each steel has its unique strengths too. Let's dive even further and compare 5 key differences: Kireaji or cutting ability, edge retention, ease of sharpening, rust resistance, and last but certainly not least, price. Most importantly, or at least for me, which steel has better Kireaji? Which one cuts better? For us at least, Ginsan has a smoother cutting feel to it, almost a delicate style of cut. I know this term is perhaps a little bit abstract, and we're going to use abstract terms, but because everyone's experiences are different, we like to talk more in a general kind of concept. VG-10 in contrast feels a little bit rougher or grippier to cut with, but this is really only measurable if you're going to compare the two steels together. They're both really good. These is kind of like grasping at straws here almost. Edge retention's where things change up a bit though. Again, both are good, but for different reasons this time. VG-10 is known for its long-lasting sharpness and specifically its perseverance in keeping that sharpness. When you feel the Kireaji of the knife start to decrease, VG-10 will still cut pretty well irrespective of that. For those of you who know kitchen knives well, it's kind of almost like comparing white steel to blue steel in that regard. VG-10 keeps its long-lasting sharpness through a combination of various additives and skilled craftsmanship. Ginsan, on the other hand, goes the other way and keeps its long-lasting sharpness by using significantly fewer additives, relying almost solely on skilled craftsmanship. Of course, a good artisan is crucial for any kitchen knife, but what's interesting here is that for knives using Ginsan, it's effectively mandatory. This means less artisans make knives using it, but if you see a Ginsan knife at a reputable retailer, there's a hidden guarantee behind it that it's very likely made by a high-quality artisan, especially at higher price points. When it comes to ease of sharpening, there aren't really any major differences when looking at the steel alone. If anything, those differences come less from steel and more from the manufacturing process, which can change from brand to brand and from artisan to artisan as well. This comes into play a lot more with Ginsan, as some artisans make their knives much harder than others, which in turn makes them harder to sharpen too. Ginsan has a lot less additives, so as a result, this hardness difference impacts the knife's feel a lot more than with other steels. As an example, like we said before, ginsan has a pretty smooth feel, while VG-10 has kind of a rough, almost grippy feel when you cut with it. Our company's VG-10 Yanagiba is quite thick, with a lot of nantetsu or soft iron used, which might contribute to making the knife have a slightly grippier cut, almost like it's biting into the food itself. It's not good or bad, just different. And again, it all depends on what you're looking for. Now, if you care about rust resistance, VG-10 certainly feels like it's better in this category. Those extra additives in the steel really make a difference here, and we'll get into those later. Just note for now that if rust resistance is what you care about, VG-10 is probably a better choice for you. Keep in mind though, this doesn't mean the ginsan's bad at rust resistance. VG-10 is just better at it. This comparison is also in a bit of a vacuum. If you're used to using carbon steel knives, the difference in rust resistance between carbon steel and stainless steel will be very noticeable. But the difference between two stainless steel types might be a little bit less apparent. One thing that's even more crucial to talk about though is price. Strictly from a raw material cost, VG-10 costs more, it's as simple as that. But when you add labor costs and other associated expenses, the price difference isn't that big anymore. Both knives go through many different artisans' hands before they come to us here in the shop, which evens the price out pretty considerably. On average though, VG-10 will cost a little bit more. You can also get ginsan knives that cost the same or more than VG-10 ones as well though, especially when they're made by very high-end artisans. While stainless steel can be cheaper in inexpensive items, when it comes to high-end, well-made tools like kitchen knives, stainless steel will generally cost more than high carbon steel when comparing two steels at the same quality levels, so do keep that in mind. Let's get into the nitty-gritty details now though and talk about compositional differences. VG-10 contains the typical minor metals you will see in high-end stainless steels: molybdenum, vanadium, nickel, and a slightly less common one with cobalt. All of these help prevent the knife from wearing down, but they impact its cutting ability as well. Ginsan is really unique for stainless steel, it doesn't include any of these. VG-10 also has more chromium than ginsan, which helps VG-10 resist rust better. And these differences in concentration levels can build up fast. While VG-10's additives make a knife stay sharp for longer, it impacts the knife's performance itself a little bit. Ginsan, which uses fewer of these additives, focuses more on cutting ability and performance itself over edge retention and rust resistance. As an addition, VG-10's increased resistance to abrasion comes with a direct trade back. It doesn't wear out as quickly, so when it comes time to resharpening it, it takes more time to do. Remember though, steel composition is but only one component in the world of high-end kitchen knives, so don't use this as your only factor in a purchasing decision. But after all this, again, which steel is suitable for which person? Remember, neither are bad, and they're both popular for good reason. Let's compare two separate situations here. First of all, a single-edge forge-welded Yanagiba. We happen to make these in both steels here. Someone who wants to sharpen their knife less frequently, or is maybe a little worried about their own knife care, is probably going to be better off with a VG-10 Yanagiba. In contrast, someone who really wants to focus on the cutting experience and enjoys sharpening their knife, maybe daily if they can, but at least more frequently than not, is going to be better off with a ginsan Yanagiba instead. We actually carry a much larger range of these too, and we tend to see sales data kind of favor ginsan Yanagiba more than VG-10 ones, but of course they do both still sell quite well. Let's look at double-sided Western-style handled knives instead though, such as like a gyuto or a santoku. These are normally going to be what we would call a zenko knife or a stamped knife. This is actually a bit of a trickier one because we don't make a zenko ginsan knife. Ginsan is really all about the forging process, and there aren't actually many Western-style handled knives made using it. It's a steel more associated with traditional knife making like we do in Sakai, and the comparison isn't the same if we use a forge-welded ginsan like this one here as a benchmark. Plus, we already compared forge-welded knives just before. I don't think we can give an honest comparison here, and as we just don't make a knife to compare it, it's hard to really do. Do apologize for that, but this is less of a problem than you may think. Generally, knives with a Western style handle are going to use VG-10 like these ones here, or AUS-10 steel, and knives with a Japanese handle are often going to be ginsan. So a lot of the time the choice is effectively made for you, but of course there are many exceptions. We'll carry a few different models of VG-10 with Japanese style handles such as our Sazanami series, and our Aya series, and a bunch more as well. Keep in mind though, this is purely the subjective opinion of some of the expert team here. Many of the terms we've talked about, such as something being easier to sharpen, are again pretty subjective, because that also comes down to technique and expertise. And we have a lot of expertise and technique here too. For example, some knives may not wear down as easily as others, but their higher toughness levels allow them to be sharpened to a very thin, keen edge. Some people will consider that being easier to sharpen, while others don't. And this also applies to how a knife feels to cut with. Sharpening characteristics and cutting performance are both pretty subjective things and will feel different from person to person, which makes it difficult to give a definitive answer. But we do hope this video gives you some context and helps you understand the key characteristics best. As always, the best way to find out is to come in and try them for yourself and feel which is best for you. You can always come in and say hi and see what we have. Subscribe for more videos from us talking about Japanese knife making history and culture. We've also written articles on both VG-10 and Silver Steel 3 on our website if you want to see more about that. But if you really want to watch something interesting, have a look at our production video and see how we make some of these knives completely from scratch. It's a lot of fun. Gini.